Have you ever needed to share an Excel workbook, but you weren't quite sure the best way to do it? In this video, I'll show you how to share an Excel workbook with others, how you can control who can edit or only view the file, what it looks like to collaborate in real time, what are the steps to manage shared access after you've shared a workbook, and what are the easy ways to review changes made by others. Let's get started. Before you can collaborate with others, your workbook needs to be saved to OneDrive or SharePoint. This allows multiple people to work in the same file at the same time. Let's look at how you can share your work from Excel. I'm currently in a file called Financial Statements, and this file is stored in my OneDrive. One way to share is to use the Share button in the upper right-hand corner. I also could find it from the File tab, and here is Share. I'll pick the button and the share option. Next, add the name, group, or email for the people you want to share this file with. I'll add Patty and Nestor. We can further control access here through this pencil icon. Right now, they can both edit this workbook. I could change it to only viewing or even control whether or not they could download the file. Next, I'll add a message. This will show up as an invitation in their email. Now, another way to approach this is to create a link that you could paste into an email, into a Teams conversation, into chat, for instance. And here we have this option here. You can further control the way the link works by using this gear or settings. And notice, for instance, that you could control it to people only in the organization. Your organization may limit what these options look like. Once again, here is that option in terms of whether or not they can edit or only view. From here, we can set an expiration date and even a password. But I'll continue with that invitation, so I'll just move back, and from here, I'll send it. It's important to keep in mind when you share a workbook, people only receive access to that specific file, not your entire OneDrive. If you'd like to learn more about OneDrive, look for my OneDrive playlist in the description below. And if you're working in a business environment, your file may be stored in SharePoint rather than OneDrive. Fortunately, the sharing experience is virtually the same. So I'll close out from here. Now, if any time you want to see who has access to this file, you can come back to Share and pick Manage Access. We'll return here in a little bit to make further changes. I want you to see here that Megan is the owner, Patty and Nestor, I just shared this file, and I had previously shared the file with Adele. So all of these people can make changes to this workbook. In many cases, different people are responsible for various parts of a workbook. While you may not be working in the file at the same time, or even editing the same worksheet, Excel still makes collaboration easy. Notice that when Adele is working with the workbook, I will get a notification. I will also see her profile show up at the top of the window. Additionally, notice that I can see the current location where she's working. Now, she might be in a different worksheet, so all of these cues might not be displayed to me. But let's see what happens when Adele makes a change. Let's say now that she's going to modify the cell and she has an updated value. So that was dynamic. This file is not only stored in OneDrive, but it also has AutoSave enabled. So as soon as changes are made, it is saved. Now, Adele might make formatting changes as well. That is, the idea is that she can work with it just like any other Excel file, and so can I. Patty and Nestor can open the file. I may not be in it at the same time, but those changes will also occur in the workbook. Let's look at a couple other valuable pieces of information. If I move to my File tab here, first of all, I have my Recent tab, and this is where I see my financial statements. But I also have a tab Shared with Me. So these are files that have been shared by other members of the organization, and I can access them from here. I can also do that directly from OneDrive. So it becomes a really easy way for us to collaborate without a lot of extra steps. I also can make some changes to this file. Here I might want to modify formatting, and let's say that I have some new information as well for one of these other values. Files saved in OneDrive automatically have AutoSave enabled. While you could still save the workbook manually, your changes are continuously saved as you work. One common concern about sharing workbooks is keeping track of changes, especially if you have multiple people working in a workbook. Fortunately, Excel makes this really easy to review. So I'm in that financial statements file. I'm using my Excel desktop app just because it's the most full-featured for me. From here, I can choose the Review tab, and here is Show Changes. Now, the same feature is also available in Excel on the web. So notice that those two changes that took place are listed here. And of course, I could also filter this and filter by a specific sheet and not just the workbook. While formatting changes might not typically appear here, edits to workbook data are tracked, making it easier to monitor important updates. As projects change, you may need to update sharing permissions or remove access altogether. So let's look at how to manage a shared workbook. Once again, from the Financial Statements Workbook, I'll pick the Share button. And as we saw earlier, here's the option Manage Access. One choice is to stop sharing altogether. That is, now Megan would be the only one that would have access to that file. But I could also fine-tune this. So let's say, for instance, that Patty's no longer involved in the project. I can click here, choose the option for direct access, and then change that to no direct access. I will apply. Confirm that we want to remove Patty. You could also use the Manage Access option to change someone from editor to viewer without removing the access completely. And here for Nestor, I'll change it to view. So now Megan and Adele can continue editing, and Nestor has the option to be able to view the data. As the file owner, you can review and update permissions at any time. Sharing Excel workbooks through OneDrive makes collaboration simple and efficient. Now that you know how to share, collaborate, and track changes in Excel, you're ready to work more effectively with coworkers, clients, and project teams. For additional Excel resources, visit thesoftwarepro.com/Excel. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more Microsoft 365 tips and tutorials. Thanks for watching!